We also have examples, by the way, of those who chose to do it his way. We see when the 12 go out, only 2 come back wanting to do it his way, wanting to see it his way, wanting to appreciate and understand it his way, see it through his eyes, not through our eyes. As a matter of fact, that's probably a big problem for most of us. When you want to go and look at things, you should be making sure you're looking through it through his eyes, not yours. You will tend to see things less clearly than you should, not as accurately as you should, through the filters of your personal preferences, the me, I. Joshua and Caleb, they saw it through his eyes. He said it was a land filled with milk and honey. Guess what they saw? A land filled with milk and honey. What did the other people see? Giant people, scary people, big walled cities. And Joshua and Caleb were like, wait a minute, Yahweh said we could do it. What are we waiting for? Let's go. No, we're afraid. Well, that's because you're using your eyes instead of his eyes. Are there areas in your life where you're busy using your eyes instead of his eyes? Are there things that you're facing in your life that you're still using your eyes and not his eyes? Through his eyes, and I've counseled this a lot lately, and if I'm talking about you, well, I am. I'm also talking about a lot of people that are not you. Many of you still don't think you can do this. Why would he pick me? No, don't ask the question why, accept the fact that he did. Stop with the why. You wouldn't have picked you. Well, thank Yah, you're not the one doing the picking. Problem is, you haven't forgiven you. You haven't released all that stuff. You are not the person you were. And when he called you, he knew you could be a different person. He knew you could grow, that you could become what he, through his eyes, could see you being. But some of you still can't see yourself becoming that because you still see yourself as you were. Look, this is the metaphor of the mikvah. You go in the baptizing waters, you get in the water, and you're burying that old you so that you come up in newness of life. We're going to have this, mikvah and picnic thing here in a couple of weeks. When you go in that water, you're supposed to be imagining that old you, the you that did all that stuff, is staying behind in that water, and you're coming out clean, new, and ready to go forward. He believes that you can handle things, or he wouldn't have called you when he did. Well, I don't know why he called me when he did. Well, you don't have to know why he did. Just accept that he did. Well, I'm not sure that he did. Really? Do your friends understand what you understand? No. Can they see what you see? No. Well, then he called you. How hard is this? Go to Do You Know the Father and the Son, where it talks about the Father says very clearly that he reveals the Son to whom he chooses, when he chooses, etc. And the Son reveals the Father to whom he chooses, when he chooses, etc. And so if you see all that, they've chosen to show it to you. They've opened your eyes, opened your ears, opened your heart, but you've got to choose to accept that. Yeah, but I'm awful, and you have no idea, Rabbi, the things I've done. I'm sure I do, actually, because I talk to a lot of people. And I know myself. We've all done awful things. And by the way, some of the things you think are awful, others may think, really? That's what you think is awful? And some of you may be doing awful things that might actually have people's hair stand up. It doesn't matter. David took a man, sent him to be killed, and took his wife. Everybody we see in Scripture pretty much has done some pretty awful things. Yet, they can turn around. Yet they could choose to be submissive. Yet they can be a man after Yahweh's own heart, like David. But it takes a recognition that you come as you are, but you don't stay that way. You have an opportunity to bury that old man and to change and to grow and to become transformed into the image of Yeshua.